Well, good afternoon. Hope everybody's having a great day. I think one of the areas that I want to touch base on after a discussion I had with one of my best friends today was the idea of quitting or never giving up. And, we live in this world today where people tend to use that as excuses to really say that they no longer want to try and they no longer want to do it because it didn't work on the first try. And we also have an ability to find ourselves in a position where quitting is a viable option when realistically it's not. When I look at life sometimes and I look at the structure of how it is, I approach it like sports. One of the questions that was asked to me by my best friend today, when we were talking, and his brother was asking me as well, was that would you quit if you were losing by 30 or 40 points in a football game, in a basketball game, if you're losing by 8 goals in a hockey game? What would be your thoughts on losing or quitting? And I said to myself, and I also said to them out loud, was that I would never quit because I'm still going to go at it even harder because it feels like I have something to prove. And ultimately, if my teammates aren't willing to work with me and they've given up, I'm still going to push myself. Now, to a certain extent, if your teammates aren't willing to help you, yes, it's going to be a bit more challenging. But the truth is, if I can leave it all on the court or on the football field or in the game of life, how I'm structured in this world today, leaving it out all in life, I have no regrets. And to a certain extent, that's what separates the winners from the complainers. That's what separates the winners from the losers. That's what separates champions from losers. That's what separates first place from second place, is because you get to take that winner's edge to a different level because you're not willing to compromise yourself to quit because it's too hard or it's impossible. To be honest with you, nothing is impossible. And if you choose to continue to stay at it, you always will become a winner. Winners always find a way. They make adjustments along the way. They figure out different solutions and different approaches. They practice and practice and practice and practice until they get to where they want to be, and then they add something else to get to another level, because there's always that mountaintop perspective of wanting to get to the top, be at the top, stay at the top, and do whatever it takes to make sure you don't get pushed off the top. And that's what life is about, especially living in this era right now. People don't see the top anymore. They just see a starting point, a midpoint, and then a quitting point. Most people, which is about 80% to 90% of the population, that's what they see. They have a dream, they have a struggle, and then they go through the struggle and they quit. While anywhere between 5 to 10% of the population, they have a dream, they go through struggles, hardships, disappointments, failures, setbacks, etc., and they push through it to get to an achievement, a goal, or an end result. That's the group that I want to continue to be with, and that's the group that I want to see you being while you are going through your life challenges, because no matter what happens, you can make it at the top if you choose to. It's all in your thinking, because your thinking will control your behaviors and your habits, and the habits that you put in place are there to add to your integrity and character as you make a commitment to yourself. Understand that you can get through it. It's not hard. It's only hard if you make it hard. It's only hard if you let people talk you out of it. It's only hard if you don't believe in yourself. It is time for us to stop putting ourselves down to the point that we feel we can't be resilient enough to overcome our challenge, because we can. We have one life to live. We only have dead people who can't make it to the top anymore. You have an opportunity. Don't wait for a terminal disease to make you feel that you have to start living life with more passion, more vigor, more urgency. Don't wait for a death sentence. Don't wait for a crisis to occur to then turn your life around. If you are not dealing with any of those issues right now, it's time for you to turn your life around right now, because you mean something. You are significant. You are important, but you have to see it within yourself. You have to look in the mirror right now and look in that mirror and look at that reflection of that person looking back at you and say to yourself, you are somebody. I belong here. I want this, and I'm going to get it. And I'm going to make a plan of action to help me get it. And I'm going to be resourceful by making sure I surround myself with the right people, the right information, and get myself going. Because it's not a matter of time to do this. It comes to doing it right now. It's this moment. It's not a matter of thinking, I'll do it next week, or I'll do it a month from now, or 6 months. No, start doing it now. Even if it's baby steps, you got to crawl before you can walk. You got to make that first step. Let's make it happen.